I'm Debbie with Testa's Pantry, and we're keeping it simple. Today I'm going to make some marinated mushrooms, and I thought that you would enjoy this. It's very simple, and it's nice to have marinated mushrooms on hand for whenever you make a crudité board. So right now I'm smashing a little bit of garlic, about a clove, a full clove. Being a little dangerous with the knife, so don't do what I do. Anyways, we're going to mince this garlic, but first I'm trying to peel it. It's my least favorite thing to do, but there. So we peeled that, and I'm going to drain some mushrooms on a towel. I've cooked these. These are white button mushrooms, and the larger ones I cut in half. And I cooked these in boiling water for about 2 minutes. That's all you want to do. And then you drain them thoroughly, and we're going to cook them, we're going to dry them, on a clean towel. And then I'll put them in the bowl. But first we're going to do the marinade. Marinated mushrooms, I don't know about you, but I love them. And our family does too. And they're great to have on a crudité board. They're really nice to put on a tossed salad in a pinch. So we're making them here just to not have to buy them. And I think it's better, and they taste lovely if you make your own. They have a little fresher taste. So in addition to the garlic, which I need to get a little bit smaller because it needs to be minced. You don't want to have big chunks of garlic and inadvertently pick up one of those at a party, because that would not be good. So we're making it small so that you are ensured of having little teeny pieces and not having to worry about that. Okay, so the garlic is going, not the peel, into the bowl. So we'll put that in there, and then we're going to chop a tablespoon of fresh oregano. If you don't have fresh oregano, you can use a half of a teaspoon of dried. Dried is a little bit more intense, so that's why you use far less of the dried than you do with fresh. With the fresh, we use more. So I'm doing about a tablespoon here. And I'm going to chop that up, a loose chop. It doesn't have to be anything really small. It can be because you want to be able to see it and you want to be able to enjoy the flavors. So we're doing a little loose chop on this oregano. And that's about a tablespoon. So we're going to put that in the bowl. And then, since I don't have any fresh parsley, which shame on me, I should, but I don't, I'm going to add a half of a teaspoon of dried fresh parsley. All right, so there's that. We're going to add a half of a teaspoon of salt. We always need salt. And a grinding of fresh pepper. So, there. Fresh pepper adds a really nice flavor. We are going to use, well, now I have to get my cup measurer because, oh no, I can use this one right here. We're going to use a third of a cup. I'll use the dry measure, but that's okay. So, a third of a cup of our Arbequina. I'm using the Arbequina because it's fruity and it gives a really nice flavor to lighter vegetables, fruits. It's great for baking. It has a fruity essence, and it's going to be perfect for marinating this for the mushrooms. It's going to be great. All right, so we're using the Arbequina. This is a single grove grown extra virgin olive oil from the Lleida region of Spain. Now we're adding a third cup, a little less than a third cup, of our Condimento Bianco. The Condimento Bianco is the same consistency as a champagne vinegar, but it's just not as pungent. It's a little on the sweeter side, and it's lovely. So I'm going to whisk those together, and that's pretty simple. It's a very, very simple thing to do. Now, if you want, you can use the same marinade on artichokes or on, if you want to do pickled cucumbers. And then I'm going to drop the mushrooms in, move those around, and let them sit. We can let them sit at room temperature for about an hour. We're not going to want, you can pack them in all of this oil and the marinade, or you can put the marinade aside in a covered jar and put it in the refrigerator for the next time you want to marinate something, because that's quite a bit. I mean, it is a little bit more than we need. It's about twice as much as we need, but that's okay. So we'll let that sit there and sit at room temperature for probably a half hour to an hour to let the flavors blend before we touch them. All right, and then we can try it again with artichokes anytime you want. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.